the TF team have finally responded to the old Crate Depression. They've actually accepted that name as canon, so but that happened. It's now the Crate Depression of 2019. The of 2019 makes me think we're gonna have another one. Please no. I don't think we could go through that again. That was something. But anyway, yeah. TF team have responded at long last. And it goes as follows. On the evening of Thursday, July 25th, a bug was introduced that allowed some older crates to grant an unusual hat on every opening. We fixed the bug the following morning and decided to trade lock the hats from bugged crates while we evaluated the situation. I mean, they didn't get every hat, because one of my hats was still tradable, but that's besides the point. They did get a load of hats, and that was probably their best course of action in the moment. Over the past week, we've been discussing ways to address the situation with the goal of minimizing the impact on the TF2 community as a whole, while preserving the experience of customers who had simply opened a crate, made a trade, or purchased on the market on the 25th, unaware that a bug had produced their item. I could see where this would be coming from, as if you don't follow like the TF2 communities on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, then it's very likely that you just saw unusuals were cheap and like, yo, let me pick one up. During our investigation, we discovered that a small number of accounts acquired these hats and a smaller portion of those accounts acquired an exceedingly large number of hats. Based on this, we've decided that if you currently own one of these unusual hats, the first one added to your account will be made tradable. Any other unusual you will have received due to the bug will remain permanently trade locked. If you decide that you would rather not have these trade locked hats in your account, you may instead elect a full refund on any number of them. So that's nice. I like that they're still making one tradable, and then say you have like a nice old class that was the second one you bought in my case, and then if you don't want it in your account, you can just elect for a full refund on how much you paid for it. Personally, I was fine with not being able to trade the unusuals. I was planning on keeping them for a long time anyway, and maybe only getting rid of them once I could afford to upgrade to a better hat, but like the only one I would have upgraded anyway was the first one I bought, so that worked out for me in the end. Now it's still going to be on my account for a long while anyway. The number of unusual items being made tradable represents about 1 month of the regular unusual drop rate. It's good that they've done this. They could have completely deleted them from everyone's account, rolled back the item servers, and had to give away a lot of money. It's good that they didn't do this, and they kind of made it harder for themselves the longer they waited to fix this bug. But I'm glad they've been proactive in communicating with the community as soon as they've come to a decision on what they decided to do. It did take them a week, but that's besides the point, as they're finally talking to us, and that's actually the date most items bought and unlocked on that day would have become tradable anyway, so maybe they planned to break their silence today. A few of you were concerned that you had done something wrong by opening a bugged crate and proceeded to delete your hats. I remember seeing a lot of people in the early days of the Crate Depression just deleting them. While we appreciate your concern, you didn't do anything wrong, so hats from bugged crates deleted before the tradable date will be restored to your accounts with the same restrictions described above. It's very nice of them, and it actually shows that the TF team are taking responsibility for this bug instead of blaming the community for going a bit buck wild with this sudden increase in unusuals. They're like, yeah, we knew people would unbox a lot of unusuals when we discovered this bug, or when we heard about this bug. We assumed loads of people would have taken advantage of it. So instead of, blaming them, we're going to take the blame for ourselves and fix it, which is what they did, which is very nice of them, very kind of them. It's good that they've taken responsibility instead of blaming the community. Item tradability, restoration and the refund support page will be made available about a week's time. Refunds will be the full price paid for any hats, crates or keys bought on the Steam Community Market or Manco store. We will post an update when the exact date becomes available. Yo, they're posting a lot of updates recently. I hope that's a good sign for more things to come. I hope they continue to update us as things are going on, not just with this whole incident, but with how the progress of the game is coming along. We apologise for the inconvenience of this incident and we've added safeguards to prevent incidents like this in the future. And that's good. Obviously, I don't understand how this became a problem in the first place. I just thought that's a set value, you don't change that, you don't touch that, in case everything fucks up. But apparently, I have been mistaken. That's I mean, yeah, sure, that's completely fine. I think this was the best thing they could have done in regards to how they fix this issue that occurred. And I'm really glad that this is the route they took. A lot of people are saying because people took advantage of it, they're happy that they're keeping their stuff. But like, it doesn't matter. If you took advantage or not, this isn't going to affect you, is it? I mean, people are going to feel like a clown for not getting an unusual because they thought Valve would give something back for them being a good boy, which is kind of not really malicious, but I think you guys know what I'm getting at when I say that they thought they'd get a cheater's lament essentially, so they didn't buy a hat, which I didn't even consider. I mean, I love the cheater's lament, and I mean, I would have given up my chance to get one, but like, a lot of people are accepting this apology. I think it's the best thing they could have done. They're accepting blame for what they've done, and they swiftly, quote unquote, fixed the issue. I mean, a lot of people are still gonna be angry at this because maybe they didn't get they didn't take advantage of the exploit because they thought that they get something in return, like the Cheater's Lament version 3 or whatever. But no, and I think what Valve did is the best way. Whether they deleted them, made them untradeable, whatever, I would have been fine with, because it was a dumb thing, but they do realise their community would have taken advantage of this, and did take advantage of this. Oh wow, Valve encourage people to abuse glitches in the future by rewarding the exporters. Guess I know which side I'm on now. Just shut the fuck up. You just didn't buy it unusual and now you're salty, alright? This was a great way to handle the situation. I'm glad they're communicating with us, and honestly, I'm glad they're not giving away Cheater's Laments, because while it's funny to see salty people, it's not really deserved, because it was a Valve bug, not like actively cheating, which are two completely different things. Valve programmed this into their game, but they didn't program cheating into their game, so the two really aren't comparable. But that's just my thoughts, alright? Anyway, that's just how I think about this. Obviously, the Cheater's Lament was given out for not doing anything wrong, and they stated in their update that the people who did this did nothing wrong. So there's no need for a Cheater's Lament. Have a good day.
Hey, oh, I've been up for like 2 hours. 2 hours. Yo, bitch came through, took a few showers. I don't bop, I just money dance, yeah. That wristwatch costs 100 grand.